Guys, welcome back. Today I have got 6 fragrances to share with you that I've been loving wearing recently. In New Zealand, we are in autumn and we are fast approaching the winter time. So these fragrances absolutely sing in the cooler weather. So the first one I've got is Camera Kawa by Latafa. Kawa means coffee in Arabic. Some people say that they can't really smell the coffee, which I find a little bit unusual because sure, actually I do smell the coffee straight in at the nozzle there, but you're not necessarily going to get the full blast of coffee on the first sprays on those top notes because the coffee is actually in the base notes. So, the top notes and the middle notes need to burn off a little bit first. To me, this is your creamy cappuccino straight from the coffee shop. Also, I think of this one as the cup of coffee that you drink after you finish a warm, spicy apple pie. This is boozy smelling. This is unique smelling. This is extremely unisex. I would say this is a little bit masculine leaning as well. It's one of my 2 fragrances of the day today, so I'm just going to spray it a little bit more. You really cannot have too much Camera Kawa. Oh, this is just so incredible. This is beautiful. So this to me is also, this stands apart from other coffee centric fragrances because when I think about Coffee Break by Maison Margiela and other coffee fragrances, I personally don't want to smell like a cup of coffee, but who doesn't love the smell of coffee? I don't think I've met anyone that doesn't love the smell of coffee. So yeah, I cannot talk highly enough about this one. Gorgeous, gorgeous in the really, really cool weather. As I say, really, really unisex, unique. This is not your designer shop fragrance scent. I do love my designers and I've got some here today. Can't talk highly enough about it. Camera Kawa by Latafa. Get on it. This next fragrance was released in 1984 and it's definitely got that 80s Oriental fragrance vibe. It's got a bit of a shoulder pad, but it's timeless. This is extremely timeless. This fragrance is Coco, the Eau de Toilette by Chanel. So this is your 80s Oriental fragrance. And when I say it's got a bit of a shoulder pad, the way that I like to wear this is throw on your man's jacket, throw on the tux jacket over a jumper, over a sweater, over a hooded sweater, over a t-shirt, over a dress. This is definitely, I think, the risk with fragrances like Coco, because they're big, bold, beautiful, confident statement fragrances, the temptation could be to only bring them out at black tie types of events. But I don't know about you, but I'm not going to many black tie events. So, that's why I say you need to find a way to dress. You can wear this to the movies. You can wear this out to dinner. But yeah, it's got to like feel that cocoa vibe. So this is a warm, dry and husky kind of fragrance. This is glorious. This is glorious. Honestly, this is so addictive smelling. Like, I will often just pull the cap off and just get my nose on this nozzle because, yeah, just so, so beautiful. The EDP, how is the EDP different from the EDT? The EDP is a bit warmer, it's a bit deeper, it's more rounded, I would say, whereas the EDT is lighter, it's brighter, it is your trim milk compared to your full fat milk, okay? And yeah, let's talk about the packaging, okay? So while I love cocoa, what I don't really love is, okay, I sort of find this feels like a big Lego piece. This feels like a Duplo, the fat Legos for the little kids. So It's plastic. So, you know, it feels like I'm putting Lego together. And also the cocoa is just there with a sticker. She's absolutely beautiful. So completely unisex, completely unisex. The Revlon rep that I know, whose name is Elvis, I can say that because I'm confident that he won't be watching this video. He rocks this, he wears this, it's his signature scent, it's his favorite, and he sells quite a few bottles of it too, apparently. But he rocks it, and it's for any time. In the cooler weather, definitely the backdrop has to be cooler weather, I would say. Otherwise, it could get a little bit cloying and a bit thick in the warmer weather, or if you're inside an office where you've got a lot of air conditioning going on, you know, like, I don't think that's going to please people. But anyway, really, really love Coco. Been loving wearing her recently. So Coco by Chanel, the EDT, but the EDP is glorious as well. The next fragrance I've got for you, number 3, is a sweet, powdery, chocolatey vanilla. And it is none other than Orchidee Vanille by Van Cleef and our pals from the collection Extraordinaire. And just while we're talking about packaging, I do love the nice heavy glass. And if we compare it to Coco, you can see that this is a lot thinner glass. This is quite heavy. So it's got that cute little doofy thing at the front there that I think is really, really sweet. And this is a perfectly blended vanilla, guys. This one sits quite close to your skin. I would say it's got medium projection and great longevity. This keeps on getting better. Is this a linear scent? In some ways it is a linear scent because it doesn't really change. What you get out of the bottle on the first blast tends to be what it keeps on being throughout the wear. I also love the way the juice gets darker. See, it's a little bit, you've got to try really hard to get the bottle top down. But I do love the way the juice gets darker, and also the fragrance smells richer and deeper as time goes by. So again, this is another one that's perfect for the cooler weather. And yeah, I really highly recommend this one. I don't love every vanilla. I have to say that. There are some popular new vanilla fragrances out that I have tried to like, and I just don't really like. But this is definitely a vanilla that I do really, really love. So, Orchidee Vanille by Van Cleef's and Arpel. Speaking of cozy vanilla scents, next up we have got Eilish by Billie Eilish. This is another vanilla sweet cacao powdery scent. This is white chocolate vibes, guys. We've gone all the way from dark chocolate to white chocolate. This is really, really gourmand. I don't have many gourmand fragrances because I do find them quite sweet, and my preference isn't for sweet fragrances generally, but I can do some sweet ones. And I really, really like this one. So notes are, this is your sugar and your red berries, vanilla, cacao, with a base of tonka bean, amber, musk, and the woody notes. So again, this is your spicy white chocolate, vanilla, maybe a little bit cappuccino-y, just with the little chocolate sprinkles and some white chocolate sprinkles on top there. This is amazing in the cool weather, and so good for days when you're just at home, you're in your fat pants, you know, you are chilling, or maybe you're doing like a little bit of like chores here and there. Which brings me to the question, okay? I hate to put this on Eilish, but I'm just asking, do you wear fragrance when you are doing chores? And when I say doing chores, I mean specifically cleaning. So you've got your squirter bottle and you've got your cloth. So, you know, you've got the reason why I'm asking that is because I love to wear fragrance at home, obviously, but if I'm doing cleaning types of chores, then I do get a little bit worried. I get a little bit worried that, you know, I'm going to ruin the fragrance because I'm going to associate it with a little bit of the Windex or whatever the little spray bottle cleaners are called. So anyway, what about you? Do you wear fragrance when you're cleaning? Not just tidying up, cleaning. Okay? So anyway, beautiful, comforting, at home fragrance, amazing when it's raining outside. It's for times when you just want to be quiet, unlike that plane going overhead. But guys, Eilish by Billie Eilish. Really, really like this one. Okay, guys, this next fragrance, I'm just going to own up to it. I became interested in this next fragrance because Jeremy, okay? I think it was the 10th time that I heard him talk about, you know, this fragrance, this fragrance, this fragrance, that I thought, you know what, I do just have to smell it. Anyway, this fragrance is Trésor Midnight Rose by Lancôme, and I think this is my only Lancôme fragrance. So what does it smell like? Do you have this one? The top notes on this are raspberry and rose. So also, you know what, as much as I like it, as much as I really, really like this one, I think that it is misnamed because the words midnight rose, when I think of a midnight rose, I think about a dark rose. And to me, a dark rose is more the Atomic Rose by Nishio Parfums. So this particular rose is a jammy rose. Okay, Jeremy Fragrance talks about it being a jammy rose. It's a jammy rose. But to me, this is fun and it's flirty and it is playful and it's fizzy. And it's more, I don't know, maybe it's more daytime. Definitely can wear this in the evening, but you can get away with it in the daytime. I do wear this to the office as well, but I think it's more cute and feminine than it is, sultry, dark rose fragrance. Oh, so good. This is your floral, woody musk. It is the perfect backdrop for cold weather. So, Trésor Midnight Rose by Lancôme. Really like this one. And guys, last but completely not least, because this next fragrance would definitely make a top 10 list of the top 10 fragrances in my collection. So it is the latest release out of all of these fragrances. So we've started at Coco 1984 and we've come all the way to a 2023 fragrance that is charming with a big C. And that fragrance would be Rifficot by Paris Corner. So this is a hard to get pussycat, and the reason why I'm calling it a pussycat is you may or you may not know, but this is a clone or a dupe of Baby Cat by YSL. Baby Cat is kind of impossible to get, and I'm not really sure when I will get to smell it because it seems to be sold out everywhere and people talk about it as it discontinued, yada, yada, yada. But I hear so many of my favorite YouTubers talk about Rifficot, saying what a beautiful, perfect dupe it is. But even in its own right, it is a stunning fragrance. It is gorgeous. This is so gorgeous, guys. This is hard to get. This is hard to get. And actually, this is my first and so far only secondhand purchase. I bought this when the person had only used about maybe 5 to 10 sprays of it. And you can see that I've made a bit of a dent in there. What else can I tell you? It's got spicy peppers, saffron, vanilla, and cedarwood. This is completely unisex, maybe even more masculine leaning. Oh, so, so good. This is, nothing else smells like this except for Baby Cat. But, oh, so good. What else? This is heart-stopping. I've written a note. I've written a note to remind myself to say this is a heart-stopping fragrance. It is so good. This is not the most, this is not a fragrance that, someone's going to say that, you smell super feminine wearing. It's not a pretty fragrance, which is why it's unisex, but it's got some strength, it's got backbone, and it's got a smokiness to it that's just divine. So good, so, so good. All right, the planes are flying overhead. The planes are flying overhead. Guys, that is all I've got for you today. Thank you for hanging out with me and hearing about these 6 fragrances that I've just been really, really loving in the cool weather. Thank you so much for watching this video. My name is Karen Taylor, and I smell